name's Helen. My brand name is Flame and Loom by Helen OConnor. I'm a jewellery artist and welcome to my world. So in today's vlog we're going to start off at the beach. It's that time of year where we can stroll along the beach and look out for all its sea treasures the sea brings up from the depths. And in particular I'm looking for some sea glass so we can bring it back to the studio and make some lovely jewellery. So with a whoosh of my wand, let's head for the beach. And down at my feet, if the tide doesn't take it away, is not only a beautiful piece of sea glass, but it's in the shape of a love heart. That's going to make a perfect pendant. On the edge. Let's see today. Let's see if we can see anything. Oh, look at that view. Okay, there's a piece of china. Let's see if it's got anything on. Really thick piece of china. Look at that. On this particular beach, you are allowed to pick up the sea glass and any man-made objects, really, but not the shells. You've got to leave the shells and stones behind, which is always quite interesting. Like you see another one there. Let's see if you can spot it before I do. There it is. A little bit sharp. Not that old, probably 1980s, quite thin. This is a good little shingle spot that's just been uncovered. Can you see anything in there? Andrew, he's having a good look as well. Now and again you just gotta stop and admire the view and just think how lucky we are. Such a beautiful heart of Wales. Let's see if there's any more treasures on the beach. Shout out if you see any. Can you see it? That'll make a lovely wet. Lovely in a pendant. There's another little hat here. I can see one there. Can you see that one there? Ah, that's nice and soft. That'll be another nice pendant. not often you get the shale on this beach, so when it comes along, it's really nice to have a little loop round, see what treasures there are hiding and what nature's giving you. I thought that was one then, but it's not. It's just the glint of the wet and the glint of the sun. I think the tide is just taking back the shingle, and the shingle and the sea glass is just being taken back now. So we're just left with the beautiful sandy beach. Perfect. Oh, what have you got there, Andrew? Is it a bit of Welsh slate?
It is.
Lovely. Have you got any other goodies to show us? Oh, wow. Oh, is that? No, I would think that's a stone, but let's see if we can really let them catch the light. That is actually sea glass. That is wonderful. Now, I would have missed that one. Oh, yeah, a bit of pottery. Would you say that's sort of from a jam or a beer? I would say beer, would you?
Yeah, possibly.
A beer pot. And that, oh, that's lovely. Oh gosh, that would make a superb pendant as well. And if I can just show mine, I haven't got many here. I found that little one. And that one. Mine are all small compared to yours. And that one. And what a lovely hoard we have there. So when we go back to the studio, I'll set a few of those, I think. And I have an idea for the bigger, larger one as well. Do you enjoy collecting those?
I did, yes.
Oh, fabulous. And if I find any other pieces as well, I'll show you in the studio. So Helen, it's back to you in the studio. Oh gosh, it's beautiful today. Well, I might not be right back in the studio straight away. I think I'll do some more paddling along the water's edge. But see you very soon. Well, it was so lovely to be on the beach today, and we really enjoyed ourselves having a look at all the different treasures that the sea was throwing at. So I've put them all together here, and we just, we'll go through them. And the lovely piece of slate that Andrew found, it would have come off a tile off one of the old harbour cottages or something, but it's still a piece of Welsh slate and it's so lovely. So we're going to keep that. And here I've just got a light box and a little, I think it's on its highest, yes, and a little bit of parchment paper over the top. Stop that getting scratched, really, that's all. I'm just going to pour these out, and I thought we would flip you over so you could have a good look at what we've got and what my thoughts are on how to do them. I'm not going to go through a complete tutorial on how to make a sea glass pendant, because I'm now going to do tutorials on a Tuesday. That's it, Tutorial Tuesday. So in these tutorials there'll be all sorts of exciting jewellery making pieces. Some are popular ideas, some popular techniques, some you may never have seen before, some I even make up. But they're all great fun and great to use in your jewellery making designs. Or indeed, if you're looking for something different to buy in, unique, you will see them being made as well. So there's a little bit for everyone. Now, I will show you all these, and we'll choose one and make something interesting, I hope. I can have you down on the table so we can have a little look of what we got, and there's some ideas that I may have. So come on. So here we are down on the table. There's the piece of slate, Lovely piece of slate actually. Probably make little pendants out of that. I have seen people make pendants from the Welsh slate as well. But we're going to concentrate here on the sea glass finds that we've had. We had a little bit of pottery. I'm not doing pottery today, but I have done pottery, and that is fascinating to use because you can even use it in the kiln. We'll leave that for another day, probably on a tutorial Tuesday, so we'll pop that away. Now these big pieces, I mean, gosh, they are big. I wouldn't use those for pendants, but you know, there's quite a few things you can do with them. I have seen them made into sort of mosaics, so I'm just grabbing a few random bits and bobs here. You could actually make, you know, like a fish. So I would probably encapsulate that into copper clay or that type of thing. Or you could do copper tape and then solder it all together. But you know, things like that I always find really interesting. Some people just put them in a frame and glue them down, and they always look lovely. Or I have seen them drilled in the centre there and sort of hung at the windows just to capture the light. So you could just do that. Just drill through there. Always use a diamond drill, and then you would put it in water. Again, tutorial Tuesday, we can cover things like that. I'll put those away. We're not needing those today. It's a little bit more pottery here, so we're not going to do anything with that today. There's some interesting pieces going on, so I'll pop those away. There's a little bit of blue on that one, that was quite interesting, and a few ridges on that one, and that would actually make a really nice pendant, I feel. That's going away at the moment, which leaves us with these. This is quite a big piece. When I first saw it, Andrew picked it up, I thought there's no way is that glass. It's well over 100 years old. It's very thick, it's very green, it's very dense, and it's a very interesting piece. So I'll have to try and find out something a bit more about that one. And that one was his little friend that went with him. So this one was interesting because it is like a heart, already shaped, so you could easily drop that into a pendant, which I'm sure I will do at some stage. This one, so what I would do when I get a piece like this is just look at the orientation. Which way do you want it? I'd move it round until I was happy with what it is. It's got like little undulations there, so I would feel like if I put a hole there, if I put a little bail there, I think that would make a great pendant. Now, this glass is clear enough that you can see something at the back. I would tend maybe to bezel set this and then cut a shape into your bezel, and it will shine through. I've seen all sorts, from shells to sharks to flowers, all pierced in the back, and then that becomes the pendant. So that would be quite nice as well. Then we've got lots of different sizes. This is a very, very old piece of glass. It's absolutely beautiful. Really lovely. And whatever this was blown, because it's still got the little bubbles when it was blown inside the glass. So that's an old one, and it's that lovely thickness again. So that's an interesting piece. I can't see, normally I would look to see if there's any earrings, anything that was similar, possibly those two, perhaps, I don't know. But if I was looking to do a set of earrings, I usually check just to see if there's anything that goes together. But I can't see anything in here. That's quite an interesting, that's a beer glass. Now that one, this one's got a little bit of a story behind it, because I was walking on the beach and the lady was walking a dog. I do know her. And she said, would you like to add this to your stash? I've just found it on the beach. And it's a beautiful beer bottle, really old beer bottle, over 100 years old, lovely and thick, and it's just a really lovely shape. So I said, yeah, thank you very much. That would be very kind of you. But I'm actually, unbeknown to her, I'm going to pop it in a pendant, and I know it's her husband's birthday coming up very soon, so I'm going to do a silver bezel around that, and then I'm going to put it on a leather cord, and I think he'll like that. And so that's what I'm going to do with that one. So that's quite a special one, because somebody has memories walking along the beach with their dog, and their husband is going to receive a lovely pendant. So that'd be nice. I think that's a really nice shape there. It does look like it's chipped, but it's not sharp in any way. It's just completely washed out. Air bubbles again, so this was probably a bottle that was blown, handmade. So that's an interesting shape piece as well. I always like these little ones, and I've got some great ideas, great projects coming up for these small pieces in Tutorial Tuesday. So we'll keep those for then. There's another one there. And then we've got some other pieces that are left. Very nice pieces. Really interesting shapes for rings and things like that. I'll try and get a ring done today. Yeah, very interesting. Now this piece I absolutely love. Talking about looking at its orientation, so I was moving it around and thinking, oh, which way should I have it? And then I realised that it was actually a foot, a shape of a foot. So it's like a footprint in the sand. And I think that using bezel on this, a double bezel probably would work really well. So this is what I mean. So I would get all my bezels out, my bezel strips. Got a few here. So these are the bezel strips, all the bezel wires. And I need to first check that they, like this is the 3mm, and you could see that the depth of the glass is just too much. It really couldn't sit in a 3mm. So we then go up to a 5mm. And yes, it would sit in a 5mm, but it's a little bit, you know, boring. So then we've got, this is crown bezel. And that's really lovely. But what I feel with this one is it's, again, the depth of the glass piece is too low for that. There is a way around that. Oh, my light's gone off. There is a way around that, in that you can make a double bezel by just bringing two together, quick little solder seam along there. And that means then that you can pop this in the middle and you can bring them round without much fuss, and it'll make a lovely pendant. So this is the one I'm going to choose, and obviously I'm going to do something with that one as well. And whatever else I made, I'll show you at the end. I Want to Age Like Sea Glass by Bernadette Noll. I want to age like sea glass, so that when people see the old woman I'll become, they'll embrace all that I am. They'll marvel at my exquisite nature, hold me gently in their hands, and be awed by my well-earned patina. Neither flashy nor dull, but shining with just the right lustre. Yes, I want to age like sea glass and just wonder for a second how I got to be in this very here and now. And as you pick me from the shore, we'll both feel lucky to realise once again that we have landed in that perfectly right place at that profoundly right time. Yes, I want to age like sea glass, to enjoy the journey and let my preciousness be, not in spite of the impacts of life, but because of the wonders of the sea. It's been such a magical week, walking along the beach, beachcombing, finding wonderful treasures and enjoying all the abundance that there is. I thought the poem by Bernadette Noll was just perfect. I want to age like sea glass. And I really enjoyed making such beautiful jewellery, including my little flip-flop. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you can, and I really appreciate you all. The poem will be in with all the orders through the summer, so great gratitude for that. And I just want to say, please don't forget to create the life you love.